Greetings. This is another installment, number 4, in my series on Harvard, Stanford, Ivy League admissions. In this episode, the focus of my conversation is things that you can do in the short term to add icing on top of an excellent resume. So as we all know already, there are 20,000, let's say, valedictorians, and if you add in international students applying, approximately 30,000 valedictorians around the world applying each year. And then let's add in the people who weren't valedictorians. So really there are 1 or 200,000 people that seriously want to apply. But when you look at the top 20 schools, everything from Stanford and Harvard and Princeton, et cetera, all the way down to even a Rice University or the schools they're nipping at the top 10, let's say UPenn, et cetera. What's interesting about it is, how do you distinguish yourself if you don't have advantages built into where you're educated for high school? So today I'd like to explore a concept called challenge.gov. So what happened is that the government of the United States has a number of issues that they have challenges with. In order to try to figure out how to address these challenges, there's been a decision made to try to find really sharp people who can solve these issues. So among those challenges are challenges that relate to just high school students that are allowed to apply, but there are actually challenges that range from almost nothing, $3,000 to $5,000 in compensation, up to millions of dollars in compensation for people who might be able to come up with solutions to certain problems the government is having. One of the ways you can distinguish yourself when it comes to elite research universities like Yale and Harvard and Stanford is to actually apply for and execute a challenge.gov initiative. Why this is big for those schools is that as much as half the funding of those universities comes from well-groomed or well-knowledged professors securing government funding for research projects they've written up. In this case, instead of the professor coming up with the project they want to work on, there are legitimate government projects that there's work needed on. Now, what's interesting about this is that what really distinguishes a professor is being able to get government funding for their ideas. So if you have an idea you're working on or a solution you're working on that's government funded, you're actually showing the university that you're the type of person that represents future research dollars, if not current research dollars for those universities. That brings up another layer of this discussion. If you identify something on challenge.gov that you'd like to work on, but the expertise required is well beyond your capabilities, which is likely the case, then you can actually approach graduate students or professors with expertise in that area at some of these universities to seek assistance, because the issue is to get the problem solved. And if you organize and help provide a solution to that problem, it can be other people actually lending their expertise to getting it done. But the initiative shown by you taking the time out to identify the problem and organize a solution for it is exactly the type of people that all of the elite universities are looking for, because the goal is, how can you take all that intellectual horsepower and put it to work against problems that are not easily solved by other people. So if you can demonstrate that you're the type of person that takes initiative and can solve problems other people can't by organization efforts as well as raw intellect, those are exactly that kind of people that distinguish themselves against other or similar competition. Please would appreciate your comments, and best of luck if you're in the application process or thinking about some of the best schools. It does take more effort to get in, but it's definitely worth the effort because of the excellent education and opportunities that go with it.